Welcome to the city of Buie Istria. Here you can see the peninsula up to the mountains where the Istria Peninsula ends. That is the Apenninic, is part of the Apenninic Peninsula. After that mountains come the Balkans. On the north you can see the Alps. On the north that would be Austria. Across the sea, about 100 kilometers from here, is Venice. Buie is a typical Venetian city. There are three lions, one you can see on the bell tower, but today we are not going to present the history of Buie or whatever. But we are going to present a collection of billhooks from Istria. There are some also which are not from Istria because the billhook is a universal tool you can find in all culture, and you can find them from time memorial before our era. Okay, here is my collection, and now we want to talk about okay, a typical name. We speak Venetian. Venetian is our language. That's it. Italian. Falsa. This would be falsa. Or a rancon. When the falsa has a handle, and this is to cut shrubs. Also, if the falsa is small, like this, then it's falsetta. If the falsa is big like this, that is falzon. But you can always use, if you want, the name falsa, and that is just fine. You can also call this falsa this, but if you want to be technical, then this is falsetta. Okay? Now, we have, like I say, a different type, and it's good to have some from history. This can have a couple of 100 years. I have a couple of these because you know how was this done in the history, okay? And it is a difference from the billhook from Istria. I said I'm going to tell you the secret because the majority, even in Istria, don't know how it was made. And I can tell you that from Istria are only these 1, 2, 3, 4, and these 5. Okay, this is from Istria. All other are from neighboring. This will be from Venice. This is also from the north, or is commercially today produced, because the billhook from Istria has one characteristic: octagonal handle. You can see why octagonal. Look at that. You have the same thing, octagonal opening. It holds perfectly in your hand. You have a washer, which is typically made of brass. You have a hole. Why a hole? Because every person from Istria used to carry one. And how? Like this, okay? That's, I know a person, he went to Rome. Oh, he forgot he had a billhook here. He was in Rome. Anyway, and that's what it's typical. The one which would carry every day would be this size, because you can use for general purposes. I think this is made in Central Istria. Is not quite like our northwest Istria. We have more like a half moon, and this is how it's made. It's a half moon crescent. That's the secret. How it should look? It should look like a half moon. It should have an octagonal handle. That's more important than the washer. Should have a hole for holding, and should have the weight. So the weight is about here. When you hold, it should go slide. How you test a billhook if it's good? Well, you can use the file. The file, when you do like this, you see, when it slides, this hatchet has very good iron. It slides like this. It's kind of glue. This was not good. I just refurbished because it was broken, and you can see somebody was hammering, but this is only not good. But how you test? The cane is the best way, because we used to be the biggest producer in Istria was wine. And how do you test if a Billhook is good? You should with one hit cut. And how we used to do it? We used to hold a cane like this. So you hit here and you hit here, it all came the same. When you do wine, then you have the same. But how you test? You should hold like this and try. That's it. So this is a good one. Let's try this. Also, this is the only handle I made in my life. It's I like the wood because it's come closer. This is Scottano. Scottano is a special wood, a light wood. We usually use from birds. So this is good. Let's try the one from Venice. Also good. Let's try smaller. No problem. Let's try. This is commercially made. What I don't like is everything wrong. There's no handle around. This is made in Maniago. Maniago is about 50 kilometers across the sea from here, but a lot of people from Istria are there, but it's not quite. It looks the same, but the weight is not balanced. It's here, should be here. And here, I sharpen, so it should work. Let's see. You see? Why? It's not the best. It doesn't have the weight. And this is the typical one. Well, it's small. Why? Because the smaller you need heavier. While the other, when you use this, you should use like this. So, this is how you use it. Okay, the rancon, which would be typical, is this one. Okay, this is to not to touch the tone, but I don't know. Now the replacement came, so I prefer somehow the modern machete. But other than that, I enjoy using this one, all types. This is very sharp, but it looks like a sickle. The sickle is very light, you see? This is not quite our. Although it's sharp, I don't enjoy because I didn't grow up with this. I grew up with this. So a friend of mine gave me this summer because he didn't know how to use it, so I made it on machete. So that's it. Until 1970, we had only this knife, and not many. But now commercially, it's easy to buy new. So I bought two hatchets. One was a Tramontina. This is Brazilian. But if you look, why? Because I like the shape, because it's still like a Billhook. And then came, this is the German one, is a Stocker, I mean, and it's very lightweight, but it's very sharp, okay? And it's what, I don't have that, it has, okay. And what I don't like is a little bit short. I would like to be 1 meter like the Zulu spears, right? Because a typical rancon from Istria was also 1 meter, and this is from here to here is a meter. Okay, up. That's it. Okay, that's it. Rancon, and of course you can make longer, but it's kind of clumsy when you use it. Okay, the best is 1 meter. In the 70s, we used to travel. We used to carry knives. Everybody had, normally, when you used to hitchhike to our hippie time, we were all hippies or half hippie. I was summer hippie. In the winter, I used to study theology. We used to have open air or more a knife This is Swedish. Or we used to have this, but I used to carry one Japanese, which is very light. But if I would go back, I would take this one, because just to show. What I don't like is this hook here, but anyway, this is not bad. What I want to say, this is a knife from the Orient. Now, we used to say also the Ottoman had fear of that. We know that I remember we used to say people from the Orient are afraid of ours. Now tell me which one is more fearsome. This is ours, and this is the Oriental, or whatever. Not from here. We don't use this kitchen knife, but this is a working knife. And what else? And that's it. Anyway, that would be my presentation. Thank you for watching. I am Dr. Bruno Savron, and my daughter Victoria made this video, and we are in the city of Buie, Istria, a typical Venetian city. Buongiorno a tutti, statemi bene, buon anno.